It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power, and I'm most excited to be with you. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll just criticize on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. My brother, my sister, this is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. My brother, my sister, today we have a number of issues to look at as usual, and I implore you to be part of this wonderful discussion. My brother, my sister, I am inundated with news. And I want to say, thank you so much for coming along. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and here we speak truth to power. Now, the very first story we are looking at today is taken from Graphic Online, the national communicator. And it says, LGBT plus bill, path cleared for passage. And I read it. Now the path is now clear for the passage of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2021, as all 16 proposed amendments that compel the Parliament to retake the bill through another second stage consideration have been withdrawn. Now, the withdrawal came after the House had unanimously voted on and defeated outright the first two proposed amendments that will substitute incarceration of those engaged in and promoted homosexuality with non-custodial sentence. Now, the House also rejected 6 other proposed amendments to introduce a mandatory counseling program in the bill for those who will be convicted of engaging and promoting homosexuality. The program would have involved engaging professional counselors, a move that would have cost implications for the state. But being mindful of the constitutional provision that bars the introduction of any private member's bill that attracts costs to the state, especially the engagement of professional counselors, the members also rejected those amendments. The Speaker, Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin, subsequently instructed the sponsor of the proposed clauses, Alexander Afenyo Markin, to withdraw them, to which he heeded. Now hear me now, and I want to be unequivocally clear, unambiguously clear on this issue. Now, for some time now, we've been advocating the passage of the bill. Some people simply call it the gay bill. My brother, my sister, and note this down. You can pass just any bill. You can pass any bill at all if you are not economically independent. The passage of all these bills will be absolutely meaningless. Should I take that again? Look, Parliament can decide to pass any bill at all, from archaeology to zoology, from Addis Ababa all the way down to Harare, Zimbabwe. My brother, my sister, it will not make any meaning if we remain economically dependent. My brother, we have very powerful bills that have been passed. We have powerful laws that have been passed. Yet, our hands have been tied to our backs economically, because the same people who are promoting these bills are those, my brother, my sister, who are economically dependent on those who are for what we are against. Should I say it again? My brother, the bills we are passing, all the bills we pass in Parliament, my brother, my sister, from time immemorial, if those bills are not supported by America, England, and some of these countries in the West, my brother, my sister, we are passing and upholding useless bills because we end up knocking on their doors, begging them to feed us. He who feeds you controls you. Remember when the wonderful Thomas Sankara told us this, we thought it was a joke. But today, my brother, my sister, you can be the one that you want to be only if you remain independent. We would only be in a circus, my brother, my sister, with all these bills, if we continue to knock on the doors of the IMF and the World Bank. We are going to be useless and weak. In fact, we are going to be very impotent, very limp and powerless as long as we continue to be economically dependent on these people. They will control the way we think. They will control our bills. My brother, you can fight for all you want in Parliament. At the end of the day, your whims and caprices will be thrown to the dogs because you are economically impotent. Should I give you an example? Remember when we decided to pass the demonic e-levy? The whole Ghana was against it. But because of a few greedy guys in Parliament, few thoughtless guys in Parliament, few selfish guys in Parliament, my brother, my sister, this demonic bill was pushed down our throats like some poisonous liquid. My brother, people who were even on the surgeon's table, going through major brain surgeries, left the table to come over and vote for this demonic e-levy. People who were so sick and were on life machine and wanted to even resign as parliamentarians. My brother, my sister, they were forced to hang on a whisker of life. Should I say it again? My brother, my sister, they shipped them all the way from the hospitals in well-fitted ambulances on life support to come and vote for the demonic e-levy. My brother, my sister, what is this? The life of people is no more respected. It's all about the thumbprint. When we passed the e-levy, what happened finally? We all became idiots. We all became fools. My brother, my sister. Right after passing the bills, we went knocking on the doors of the IMF, making it meaningless. Passing this demonic bill in Parliament. My brother, my sister, if we are not careful, it is the same thing that is going to happen to this gay bill that so many people are so enthusiastic about. Don't say Black Rasta did not warn you. I want every country to be independent. Now, if you decide to raise stones as ministers of state, it is unto you. But my brother, my sister, if you decide what you decide, be independent enough to be able to uphold all those things. At the end of the day, when some macho man comes in with economic muscles, financial muscles, and you would have to swallow back all these things you were striving to pass, it hurts a lot, my brother. We all saw Kamala Harris, and we heard her loud and clear, very unambiguously. She told us, hey, I don't care what you think. I don't care what your laws say. Homosexuality, LGBTQI+, is nothing but a human rights issue. And our president sat down there like a house nigger, and he was like, At the end of the day, when he had his turn to speak, what did he say? The president, limp and impotent as a man, what did he say? He told us point blank that, don't worry, the bill will not be passed like that. It would have to come to my table. What assurance was he giving to Kamala Harris? Was it because of the check? And remember, I am not necessarily looking at the passage of the gay bill. I am not talking about homosexuality, and I'm not talking about lesbianism. I am talking about bills passed in Parliament. If we are not ready for our independence, shall we return to slavery? It's better than making morons out of us. Every now and then when we pass a bill, controversial as it may seem, we became morons at the end of it all. Some financial macho comes in and boom, we all become morons and idiots, swallowing back our vomit like the proverbial dog in the book of Proverbs. Hallelujah. Need I say more? I think I am done with this. In fact, all those pushing the gay bill and other bills in Parliament, make sure that we are ready. And the biggest decider is the economy. If we continue selling our gold to Ejapa, if we continue behaving like idiots who are not patriotic, if we continue behaving as if our independence was by mistake, if we continue disregarding the strength and power of our ancestors, at the end of the day, my brother, my sister, there's no need putting up a parliament, because that parliament would only be a rubber stamp, a white elephant of the West. I don't know how many people are listening to me. Look what we went through to pass the demonic e-levy. And look what that e-levy has become. At the end of the day, we still went knees aground, hands capped, and begging. I'll leave it here. Now the next thing I am looking at is coming from my own Tree News, the most authentic source of news online. And it says, Manifesto team, Bawumia appoints renowned economist Kwame Pienim to advise economy subcommittee. And I read, now the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, the MPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has appointed renowned economist Kwame Pienim to serve as an advisor to the economy subcommittee of the NPP's 2024 manifesto drafting committee. Now, this was contained in the full list of the 2024 manifesto committee signed by the communications director of the campaign team, Dennis Miracles Abuaje. Dr. Bawumia charged the committee to engage all stakeholders extensively in the formulation of the manifesto. Former Member of Parliament for New Jobbing South, Dr. Mark Esibe Yabua, has been appointed to the chair of the manifesto subcommittee on the economy. Now, the former chair of the finance committee in Parliament was among the list of persons selected to play key roles in the drafting of the NPP's 2024 manifesto on Wednesday, February 21. Kwame Pienim is a renowned economist, yes. Kwame Pienim is an astute economist, yes. Kwame Pienim is also, my brother, my sister, an avid critic of his own party under Nana Akufo Addo. He calls his party limp and useless. My brother, my sister, he is so much sad about the state of his party, the NPP. I am not surprised that Bawumia has finally gone in to bring him in. Now the plan is this. All those people whose backs and spinal cords Nana Akufo Addo broke with his arrogance as president and leader of the party, Bawumia is trying to use this opportunity to reunite all of them together. But my brother, should I tell you something? Bawumia sat down there and watched whilst all of you were relegated to the background with your opinions. You cried in oblivion. Bawumia sat back and turned deaf ears to all of you. Did he ever call all of you to say, listen, I know that you have a strong voice, but because of A, B, C, D, we might not be able to include you now. Now that they want power, they would go after every populist propaganda. I respect Kwame Mpianim. I respect all the other guys who were the founding members of the NPP, even though I do not share in their culture of politics. My brother, my sister, today Bawumia says that Kwame Mpianim should come and join his team so that what? Kwame Mpianim, my God. Shall we break it down in just 1 minute? Hear me now. Now the plan is this. All those Nana Akufo Addo has hurt, let Bawumia bring all of them back, so that it will look like it was all the fault of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo. If they couldn't work with him, at least they can work with Bawumia. If I were Akufo Addo, I will start wearing a metal helmet everywhere I go around Bawumia. Bawumia is a traitor. Hey, I am glad Nana Akufo Addo has lived to see the traitor called Bawumia. All the people who are supposedly the enemies of Nana Akufo Addo are now the best friends of Bawumia. Hey, there's an Ivorian proverb that I like so much, rendered in French. It says, les amis de mes amis sont mes amis. Les ennemis de mes ennemis sont mes ennemis. Sont mes amis. I beg your pardon. Les ennemis de mes ennemis sont mes frères. Ou bien mes amis. Les amis de mes amis sont mes amis. Mais les ennemis de mes ennemis sont mes amis. Should I say it again? Producer, write it down in French, if you dare. Les amis de mes amis sont mes amis. Et les ennemis de mes ennemis sont mes amis. Somebody will say, Black Rasta is speaking fake French. Those who speak French know that this is proper French I am speaking. Les amis de mes amis sont mes amis. Mais les ennemis de mes ennemis sont mes amis. In other words, the friends of my friends are my friends, but the enemies of my enemies are my friends. Hallelujah. Ah, Proverbs are powerful. Our ancestors were so wise. So today the enemies of Nana Akufo Addo all of a sudden have become the best friends of Mahamudu Bawumia. I call for peace, but much as I love peace, I must prepare for violence. V-A-W-U-L-E-N-C-E. Violence. Hey, my brother, if Asoriba was my best friend, and I realized that Asoriba is the friend of my enemy, and Asoriba knows that this is my enemy, Asoriba ceases to be my friend. Because my enemy can use my friend to come to me. Your best friend could be your worst enemy. And yet your worst enemy, my brother, as Bob Marley told us, we got to be very careful. All of a sudden, the enemies of Akufo Addo, the very unpopular opinions of Nana Akufo Addo, all of a sudden, my brother, my sister, are losing their way. And Bawumia is doing the right opposite. And he's still the sitting vice president and the closest body of the president. Mr. President, Abua Bekawa Efriwuntuma. Yes, see, Abua Bekawa Efriwuntuma. Put Bawumia's name there and complete the sentence. Well, my name is Black Rasta, and I am told that there's something happening in Parliament. So we have to cut this so that we'll pick the feed from Parliament. My name is Black Rasta. We will return after the feed when our bellies are full.